Hey there, welcome back to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Thanks for watching these. This week the movie is from 1955, Rebel Without a Cause, starring James Dean, Natalie Wood, Sal Mineo, and directed by Nicholas Ray. The gist of the story, it's a story of juvenile delinquency. It begins with Jim Stark, played by James Dean. He gets arrested, goes to the police station. He sees the character of Judy, played by Natalie Wood, and also Plato, played by Sal Mineo. They've all been arrested this night, and the police talk to them. And in this first scene, it sort of sets up all the problems that these three teenagers have at home. And these problems at home lead to teenagers doing wild, outrageous things, making them delinquents. It starts there at the police station, and the entire film takes place over a 24-hour period. Jim, the James Dean character, he's new at this school, and he sort of has to prove himself. The cool kids try to bully him, he fights back, and it leads to sort of this crazy, sad, really interesting climax at the end of the film. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this film is it seems to be one of those films that everyone knows the image, the picture of James Dean with the red leather coat, the white t-shirt, the jeans, smoking a cigarette, and yet when I've talked to people, a lot of people haven't seen it. And it is one of those movies that should be watched, if for nothing else, for James Dean's performance. He gets talked about often, especially in the acting world, as one of the greats. He's this method actor. You feel along with him. His performances, it's something to see. It's something special. And I think one of the reasons why James Dean is so popular even today is that he made so few movies. He only made 3 films. This one, he did Giant, and he also did East of Eden before he was tragically killed in the car crash at the age of 24. This film's also hugely important for Natalie Wood. She was a child star. Her first big film was Miracle on 34th Street, which I talked about in an earlier classic Hollywood. But this was sort of her transition film. It gave her the opportunity to show that she could play these adult roles, these adult characters, and she does a great job. Her performance is really, really good, and she has really good chemistry with James Dean. And Sal Mineo is great in this too. One thing I found out after I had watched this is that in the original script, Plato was supposed to kiss Jim at one point, that there is a crush, a love between Plato and Jim. So the crux of the story is almost this love triangle. And there's questions of whether that meant that the Jim character was supposed to be bisexual or how he was going to handle the relationship with Plato. But that wasn't something that could be talked about, so that little subplot got taken out. And yet Sal Mineo still plays his role like he's in love with Jim, and it adds quite a good layer to his performance. A couple little trivia things. Right here, this character, he's listed in the credits as Goon. That is a very young Dennis Hopper. And Jim's dad is played by the actor Jim Backus, who you might recognize if you ever saw Nick at Night and the reruns of Gilligan's Island. That is Thurston Howell III right there. And he's also the voice of the cartoon character Mr. Magoo. And for cultural significance, not only do you see images, pictures of James Dean still all over the place, he's so iconic, but in the TV show Futurama, the character of Fry, his appearance, the red jacket, white t-shirt, and the way that his hair is, that is based on Jim Stark, James Dean's character in Rebel Without a Cause. So if you've never seen a James Dean film, and yet you've seen the image, and you've heard of the myth, and you've heard the name James Dean, give a watch to 1955's Rebel Without a Cause. It is this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.